You think you are confused, but you are not. Confusion, true confusion, is when the information is absent and when there are no answers, no models, no path visible anywhere. That is confusion. But that is not what you are experiencing. What you are experiencing is something different. Something that feels like confusion but has a different root. And until you name it correctly, you cannot address it correctly. You are not confused. You are overstimulated. Think about what you've consumed today. Not food, information. You woke up and before your feet touched the floor, you had already taken in news, opinions, updates, arguments, and highlights from the lives of people you may never meet. You consumed someone's morning routine and someone else's breakdown, someone's business advice and someone else's relationship warning, all before breakfast. And this is every day. Too many videos, too many voices, too many people telling you the right way to live, contradicting each other, each one confident, each one compelling, each one adding another layer to the noise already sitting in your mind. This voice says hustle harder. This other voice says sit down and heal. This one says invest everything. This one says detach from outcome. You are sitting in the middle of all of it, trying to find yourself, trying to hear your own voice, but your mind is so full. There's no room for it. Here is what overstimulation does to a person. It creates the sensation of not knowing, even when at a deeper level, you know already. It manufactures doubt, not from genuine uncertainty, but from volume. When enough voices tell you different things, even the truths you once held clearly starts to waver. You begin to question your own instincts. You second-guess decisions you are ready to make. You delay actions because somewhere in the pile of opinions you consumed, someone said that waiting was wisdom. And now, you cannot tell whether you're being wise or being afraid. This is what noise does. It colonizes the mind. And a colonized mind cannot think freely. It can only react to whatever was most recently poured into it. So everything feels unclear. Not because the answer is missing, but because your mind is full. See, clarity does not come from more information. Say that to yourself. Let it contradict every habit you have built. Clarity does not come from more information. It comes from less noise. From stepping back from the feed, the podcast, the thread, the conversation that was pulling you in a direction you didn't choose. From sitting down in a room with yourself. No input, no commentary. Long enough to hear what was always there beneath the static. Silence is not emptiness. It is a condition in which your own thinking can finally surface. And your own thinking, the conclusion you reach when no one else's voice is in the room, is more valuable than 1,000 borrowed opinions. Most people do not need more advice. They just need to sit down and think. They need to remember that they came into this world with a mind of their own. A mind shaped by their own experiences, their own faith, their own understanding of what is right and what is true. And that mind is still there, waiting. It has not abandoned them. It is simply buried under the noise. So begin the practice of returning to yourself. Not in one dramatic retreat. Start in the small moments. The commute you used to fill with podcasts, sit in it. Let the silence be uncomfortable for a while. That discomfort is the sound of your mind decompressing. It is healthy. Stay in it. The scroll you reach for the moment boredom arrives. Pause before you open it. Ask, what am I avoiding by feeling this moment? Sometimes the answer will surprise you. Sometimes the boredom is not boredom at all. It is the beginning of a thought your mind was trying to complete before you interrupted. Now, guard the entrance to your mind. Not with fear, but with discernment. Not everything that presents itself as useful information is actually useful information. Not every voice that sounds wiser deserves residency in your mind. You have the right, the responsibility to choose what you allow in. So listen to me. You are not confused. You are just overstimulated. And the prescription is not more content. It is silence. Real, deliberate, unapologetic silence.